Hello, everyone. Today I'm looking at Brutal Doom. This is a game I wasn't sure if I should actually review because it's technically not a game. It's a mod or a WOD for the original Doom, but I've seen other websites start treating this as a completely separate game and a separate experience, and I'd have to agree with them because it is such an intense overhaul. It really does make it worth it. So, what is Brutal Doom? It's been a mod in development since around 2010, and it is a purely mechanical upgrade to Doom, with some new maps, mechanics, weapons, and just a total overhaul that is so in depth. I think it does warrant its own review. Other than just saying go play it, which, well, I mean, obviously you should. Now the weapons work a little bit differently. The mechanics, everything from rifles to the chain guns. There's an element of accuracy now, as you can aim down sights, you can reload, and you would think that adding in these modern sensibilities might degrade the experience of the original Doom, but they really do add to them. It's really rare to see an indie developer, one guy just completely committed only to a singular game, being Doom, and understanding its base mechanics so well that he just keeps improving it. And I think the other thing that really makes this work is that one of the benefits that Doom has, I mean, first of all, it really established the entire genre of shooters. And since then, there's obviously a lot of changes in the industry, a lot of standards that have been set and redefined what an FPS shooter is. But the main thing that Doom has that I think a lot of people miss, especially myself, is just the pacing of the game. It is so fast paced. The movement feels so amazing and so good. And there's very few modern games that, I don't know, I guess honor or do that kind of um, sense of speed. I think one of them might be Tribes Ascend, which is very rare and it's a semi popular multiplayer shooter. But unlike Call of Duty and Halo and Battlefield, those shooters actually are very, very slow in sort of the essence of realism, honestly. And playing Doom still feels really good and very distinct even today, even without Brutal Doom. And so it's just really nice to see that this game gets that kind of overhaul. There are definitely some visual changes here, a little bit to the some of the style a little bit, but really the aesthetics have made or remain completely the same. There are new effects though for explosions, fires, muzzle flashes, and things like that, and nothing that feels like it interferes. Like this is such a perfect remix, remake, mod, whatever you want to call it. That it's just super, super impressive. Um, the audio feedback, the screen shake, everything here it just feels really, really good. There's also a whole new gore system, so now you can dismember enemies. I think you can also control the amount of gore from, like, I think even the basic amount is way more gore than the original Doom had, but you can turn it up to like maximum, which is like ultra gore, and then there's just like comical amount of gore. But you just have the enemies reacting in new ways. They'll, like, you can shoot off their arms, their legs, their head. Like the amount of variety in the enemy destructibility and reactions is almost on par with something like Left 4 Dead, but even more intimate and nuanced. And whenever you hit the enemy, you just never know exactly how they're going to react or respond or what kind of damage you're going to do to them. It makes every encounter super, super interesting while also being, fairly difficult. It's not holding any punches here. And so it's just one of those games that is so, like, oh my god, it is so well done in terms of sound quality, everything, that if you told me that id themselves made this as a classic Doom remake, I would completely believe you because it is so well done. Things like reloading, I thought that wouldn't really fit in the universe, but it does really well. I think the best thing, honestly, about this game is the sound design, which is just super, super impressive. The effects from the plasma weapons feel very appropriate. It still is very fast paced. I think even a little bit more fast paced than the original, at least in terms of like the shotgun. That's like the one gun that did actually have to reload, and that's even faster here. And if you have a good shotgun, you have a good game. It is just just simply fantastic. And I wish more people knew about it because I don't think they do. You know, there isn't going to be a spiritual successor to the Doom other than this game. I think if someone else ever tries to say, "Oh, I made, you know, a true spiritual successor to Doom," it would just be this. I know there's some other games like, you know, Dusk and Celico, and you know the new Warhammer Boltgun game that are kind of based on the Doom engine, and they're fine. They're fairly good. I think Celico is actually based on Brutal Doom, but even then, this game just feels way better than all those games. It's just insane how good it is and how much fun it is to play. So yeah, I really can't say more than that. The only unfortunate thing is that it's purely a mechanical upgrade. So there's no new story. I think there's new music, but for the most part, it's purely mechanical. If this had a new story, a new aesthetic, a new style and design, that would be that would have to be a game that it would just have to buy from them, because that would be a real true sequel. But as it stands now, it's just the same style, feeling, and experience of Doom, but with just a everything being better. And it's so rare for to say that, because a lot of indie people, they kind of like say, "Oh, we're gonna make this old game with more content, or I'll do a mod," and it's on a level of a mod that I would compare it to Sky Oblivion or those combat mounts in Skyrim that basically make the whole game feel like it's a different kind of game entirely. Anyway, super impressive, really amazing work. I hope more people play it, and this is just something I would like to see more in the games industry of. Just super, super, just quality from some random guy. Id, hire this man. Like, actually, though, hire this man. But yeah, who's your spiritual successor to Doom, and enjoy. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. See you later. Bye.